Ooh, you want that? The Soda Drinker Pro. It's not a game, okay?
Wait, no.
All you do is you walk around, you drink soda.
No, hold on.
Literally not even a game.
Oh.
This week in game news, BlizzCon 2016 was announced for November 4th and 5th. Tickets go on sale April 20th and 23rd. Rocket League is getting a physical release on June 24th. The HTC Vive has launched and IKEA has released a video game for it. The Ghosts of Meridian update hit Halo 5. MMORPG Black Desert Online reported sales of over 400,000 copies in its first month. City of the Shroud has returned to Kickstarter, and we're gearing up for PAX East. This is the Blackman and Robin Game News Update. First off, the 3.50 update hit the PlayStation 4 this week. Codenamed Musashi, it introduced some new features, particularly the ability to appear offline, new user-created events to schedule playtime with friends, and some other social features. Most excitingly, this update brought remote play for Mac and Windows. You can stream games from your PlayStation 4 to your computer, a handy feature if your television is occupied and you're in the mood for Uncharted. While we're talking about the PlayStation 4, Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness now has a release date for that platform in North America of June 28, 2016. This is the fifth main game in the Star Ocean franchise. It's a sci-fi/fantasy RPG. It's a little bit like Final Fantasy, but it has more of a focus on outer space. Integrity and Faithlessness follows a protagonist named Fidel, not very subtle, who goes on an adventure to save a mysterious girl named Relia. Now, the game was previously released in Japan for the PlayStation 3, so it's nice to see that it's finally coming to the West.
We have to protect her no matter what.
No need to hold back. Annihilate them. Doing this for the planet.
While we're talking RPGs, this week the producer of the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Remake, Yoshinori Kitase, cleared up some misconceptions about the game in an interview with Game Informer. While it is true that the remake is going to be split into multiple parts, it's not going to be a series of brief episodes, as was previously assumed. Each part of the game will be a full and lengthy experience, more along the lines of each Final Fantasy XIII game, which was released in multiple, massive parts. Kitase also said that some elements of the game will be modernized. Essentially, while this is a remake, they're not holding the entirety of the game to be sacred. You may expect to see some changes made to the game's battle system, story, and other elements. This Final Fantasy VII Remake is set to be released on the PlayStation 4. We still have no idea of when it's coming. It's a game to keep an eye out for during this year's E3. In game releases this week, first off we have another hardware release, the HTC Vive. In case you've missed our last few episodes, or you've just been out of a virtual reality loop, the HTC Vive is a virtual reality headset that's been developed by Valve and HTC. It's the primary competition for Oculus VR's Rift headset, and though it costs about $800, that is $200 more than the Rift, it does have some neat extra features that bring room-scale virtual reality experiences to the table. Thus far, the press has had plenty of good things to say about the Vive. It's mostly on par with the Rift in terms of features, and it does have some similar troubles, however. You might notice a little bit of a screen door effect, for instance. That is, you'll notice the space between pixels on the screen. It tends to become apparent when certain combinations of colors are on screen. Both the Rift and Vive have issues with what are being called God rays. That is, a bit of glare on the lenses that appear sometimes. Again, it's not an experience ruiner, but it is a little issue that'll hopefully be resolved by the next generation of VR headsets. A much bigger issue for both headsets are the shipping woes that have plagued both. Earlier in the week, Oculus VR apologized to a great many of their customers that they'd not be getting their Rifts on time due to a shortage of parts, but that they'd be waiving the fee for shipping the Rifts. A nice gesture on their part. HTC has encountered similar problems, though nobody's getting free shipping from them. Some great games launched alongside the HTC Vive, such as Final Approach. Thus far, I've only heard good things about this game. It's a little bit unusual. It's a VR game involving flying vehicles. There's some air traffic control involved, as well as firefighting, navigating helicopters through cities, and more. There's a real mix of things to do. Through much of the game, you're looking down at things like you're a kid with an oversized playset. It's a room-scale VR game, and it's definitely worth getting your hands on if you own a Vive.
Curiosity. It's what drives us forward.
If adventure games are more your thing, The Gallery Episode 1, Call of the Starseed, was also released for the HTC Vive. In this game, your sister Elsie has disappeared and left behind a cryptic message, leading you on a wild, fantastical adventure to find her. The game draws inspiration from fantasy films of the 80s, think The Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. It's a room-scale VR game, and thus far, it's gotten fantastic reviews from the players. Plus, its soundtrack is composed by the legendary Jeremy Soule. If you own a Vive, this game is also worth looking into. Does this all sound like too much fun? Do you want to take a break from fun? Maybe you have dreams of exploring interior design. Well, have I got a great piece of non-gaming software for you. Say hello to the IKEA VR experience, out now on Steam for the HTC Vive. This experience allows you to explore a kitchen from a child's point of view, or from that of a tall person. Not only that, but you can open drawers, pick up frying pans, and place them on stoves. You can recycle vegetable skins in the waste sorting station, and, this one's big, there's a teleport function, according to the game's Steam page. Now, I'm not actually excited about this, in case my facetious tone didn't give it away. According to IKEA, this is meant to be a 5-minute experience that's part of some sort of pilot program. All jokes aside, I do like the idea of using virtual reality to plan out kitchens. It can be a great tool for interior design. It is a little bit unusual seeing this on Steam, which is primarily a game distribution platform, but thus far the users seem to like it, I think. I don't know. If you want it, the IKEA VR experience is available to download for free. Some assembly may be required.
Come as you are, as you were, as I want you.
On the Xbox One and Windows this week, the shooter Quantum Break was released. In the game, you play as a man named Jack with the ability to hop glitchily through time. You fight against an evil megacorporation for the sake of your family. The game's time-skipping is a neat mechanic, but what really sets the game apart is that it's tied into a live-action television show. More tightly, it seems, than Defiance was, though if the reviews are anything to go on, it's not quite tied tightly enough. Apparently, even though it's a well-made shooter and it's very stylish and aesthetically strong, the story's just not as compelling as it sets out to be. And apparently it has weak replayability since going back and making different decisions has minimal impact on the story. A pity, really, for a game about time travel. The beloved PlayStation 3 RTS Mushroom Wars was released on Steam this week. In Mushroom Wars, you take mushrooms, well, to war. It's an unusual premise, but apparently it works quite well. This wonderfully silly game has been well received by both players and the press. It's nice to see a real-time strategy game doing well in 2016, where the market for such games has largely been eaten up by MOBAs. A sequel is currently in development for consoles and PC. It's set to be released this summer. If you own a PlayStation Vita, good news! A Virus Named Tom has been released for your handheld. A Virus Named Tom is a puzzle game in which you play as the titular computer virus, Tom. Your creator, a mad scientist, has created you to take revenge on a world that never appreciated him. To do this, you get into the inner workings of the machines, electronic pets, toasters, and other devices in the high-tech world of tomorrow, and begin wreaking havoc. It's a very clever puzzle game that's well worth your time. I really enjoyed playing it on PC. It's worth picking up for Vita. A game that's been available on mobile for a while that's out now on Steam is A Blind Legend. I'd hesitate to call it a video game because while it's definitely a game, it's not a video game. There's no video element to it. It's a completely audio-based game in which you play as Edward Blake, a blind knight. It's one of the few video games that's really accessible to visually impaired users. From what I've heard about the game thus far, it's actually a great hack-and-slash adventure. It's fun for both blind and sighted players. On iOS and Android this week, Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key was released. Keep in mind that the title of this game employs the Greek character key, which looks like a lazy lowercase x. In fact, on the Google Play Store, the letter X is used, presumably to make it possible for people to search for the game without having to use a Greek keyboard. Regarding the game itself, it's set well before Kingdom Hearts 3, and the game itself is a free-to-play turn-based RPG. It's monetized with optional in-app purchases. They have an energy bar system, though from what I've been hearing from the players, it's actually handled pretty well. Regarding the gameplay, it's very different from the other games in the series such as Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep. The game has a system of medals in place, and before combat you equip these, and they serve as a sort of attack modifier. It's an addictive game with a surprising amount of depth. If you're into Kingdom Hearts, you must check this one out. Additionally, I've heard that it doesn't really spoil anything from the rest of the franchise, but adds some backstory. If you're looking to get into Kingdom Hearts, it could be a good starting point. In case you're totally unfamiliar with Kingdom Hearts, what you need to know about the series is that it's been developed by Square Enix, and it combines characters from Disney films and the Final Fantasy franchise. It's a whimsical series that's been around for the last decade and a half, and it's loved by a lot of fans. And now for a brief word from our sponsor.
Here's a dirty little secret. When you wash your face at the end of the day, you might only be cleaning the surface of your skin. To clear those congested pores, you need a deep clean. And today, you can get it with Proactive's incredible deep cleansing brush. And here's something even more incredible. You get the brush free when you order a Proactive system today.
I love the deep cleansing brush because it really gets in those pores.
I was using a brush that was over $200, and I like this so much better.
This isn't just any brush. This is the only one from the doctors at Proactive, so it's specially designed for acne-prone skin. Call the number on your screen now to get America's #1 acne brand for just $19.95. Be among the first 500 callers, and you'll also get the deep cleansing brush free, plus more secrets for flawless skin. That's a $93 value for just $19.95.
You only have 2 hands, but you have a whole lot of bristles.
This is such an incredible offer that supplies are limited. Call the number on your screen now.
In crowdfunding news, City of the Shroud has returned to Kickstarter. In case you've not heard of it, it's a strategy RPG that's currently in development for Mac and Windows. The developers ran a previous Kickstarter but didn't quite make their goal. Hopefully they can pull it off this time. If you back the Kickstarter at the $20 level, you'll get a Steam key for the game. Pretty fair deal. Another game on Kickstarter this week that caught our eye is Luna: The Shadow Dust. Currently in development by Lantern Studio, it's a point-and-click adventure game about a boy who takes a journey to an enchanted world, another reality that lies right beneath our own. As you may rightly guess, something's gone wrong with this other fantasy reality, and it's up to the protagonist and his mysterious monster friend to fix it. Whatever it is. What really drew my attention to Luna is its beautiful, hand-drawn art and animation. I have yet to play the game. You can download its demo for free from its Kickstarter page. Luna: The Shadow Dust is currently in development for Windows, Android, and iOS. If you enjoy RPGs, Norse mythology, or adventure games, great news. The Banner Saga 2 has a new trailer. In case you've not heard of it, The Banner Saga is an RPG based around Norse mythology. It's fantastic. Think Fire Emblem meets Vikings meets a Telltale adventure, and you've got The Banner Saga. I played the original game a while back and loved it. Its story is compelling and full of choices. Do they matter in the end? They certainly feel like they do. The rich, moving score of the Banner Saga, composed by Austin Wintory, brings life to battles and tears to tragedies. The Banner Saga 2 is set to be released on April 19, 2016 for Mac and Windows. It's also coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at a later, yet-to-be-decided date.
Your guile. The clans under your banner. These are your tools to stay alive. To reach your destination and face whatever comes next.
Finally, this week, we got a cool new story trailer for Blizzard's Overwatch. Titled Alive, it shows off more of the character Widowmaker. It reveals a bit of insight into her nature.
I had a fear of spiders. I was told they felt no emotion, that their hearts never beat. But I know the truth.
Human, machine, we are all one within the iris. Before me, I see the future. Humans and Omnics standing together. United by compassion. While common hopes and dreams.
This is a secure channel. No one's... Identify yourself immediately. All rooftop teams, check and clear. Halo is leaving. I repeat, Halo is leaving. Sir, there's been a breach. We need to leave now. Chariot, this is Team 1. Halo is coming in hot. Over.
Huh?
foolish girl.
What's that?
Looks like the party is over.
No! Why? Why would you do this?
Adieu, chérie. When I was a girl, I had a fear of spiders. I was told they felt no emotion, that their hearts never beat. But I know the truth. At the moment of the...
We have a link to the full trailer on our site, blackmanandrobin.com, since it is rather lengthy. Well, that's it for this week's episode. For all the greatest game news, reviews, previews, and interviews, be sure to follow us on Twitter at blackmanandrobin. Follow me at Jordan_Cameron for my own views.